Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I wanted to post a very quick video about Trump's tweet yesterday, last night, I should say. I don't know if maybe because it was 420, he was, I don't know, blazed out of his mind. But in any event, we have to take this guy seriously because, he does often act on his tweets. So right now, I just want to make clear that this is just a tweet only. He tweeted last night that he wants to suspend all immigration into the United States. He specifically used the word into the United States, which leads me to believe that if he does, in fact, actually write and sign an executive order, that it will only affect people outside of the United States seeking to enter the United States. Now, I don't want everyone to panic yet. First of all, nothing's happened. A tweet is not a law. A tweet means nothing. It could just be the ravings of a madman, but he could also be very serious and be working on actually drafting an executive order and using, obviously, coronavirus, COVID-19 as an excuse to further halt legal immigration. Obviously, we all know from day one, from his campaign, that one of his goals has been to stop immigration into the United States as much as possible. This just seems like another tool to be able to do that. Now, like I said, the words, into the United States make me believe that it will be people abroad that are affected. And right now, nobody knows. It's just speculation how long a suspension of immigration could be, what type of immigrants could be affected. Nobody knows, and we will not know until there actually is an executive order. So, this morning I woke up to a million different emails from people, all concerned about their cases. And I'm telling everyone the same thing, that A, nothing has happened. This is just a tweet. B, we will have to wait and see what any executive order that is published, exactly what it says, who it applies to, before we can start panicking. Okay? So, guys, don't panic yet. Just relax. Let's see what happens. And the reality is, Trump is a reality TV star and he loves to create drama. And I actually have been of the personal opinion that when we all talk about his tweets all day long, he is getting exactly what he wants, which is attention. He's a very attention seeking person. I try not to give him my attention as much as I possibly can because I feel like that just feeds into him, and I don't want to be someone who feeds into him. But of course, this is real and it could affect us greatly, so I'm not going to completely ignore it as well. But I am not going to panic because we don't know what's going to happen. We just got to sit and wait. And, my last thoughts on this is that I said that he likes to create drama. The reality is, all of the U.S. consulates abroad are closed right now, have been closed for over a month. And so there is no immigration into the United States in the sense that there are no new visas being issued at any U.S. consulate around the world. So if they were to put a temporary ban on, let's say, I read a CNN article earlier that said maybe 120 days of temporarily halting immigration due to coronavirus. The reality is we already have that in existence right now because the consulates are closed and no new visas are being issued. So I think he just creates mass panic and hysteria for drama, and so that we will all talk about him and think about him, and that he's center of our attention, center of our minds. And don't do that. Don't let Trump be the center of your mind and take over all of your thoughts and control, because that is exactly what this man wants, and I refuse to give that to him. So in closing, you guys relax for now. We'll see what happens. I do think we will have a temporary halt, but it should be temporary. Hopefully, it will only be something like 120 days. It was likely that during those 120 days that the consulates were going to be closed for a majority of those days. Anyways, they already are closed. So will there be a significant effect on people? There may not be. It could just be the same as having the consulates closed. It could go much further and say that we're not even going to have tourists visit the United States. People that already have visitor visas in their passports. Who knows? We won't know until there's something published. So there's really no reason to speculate on something that we do not know what the final product will be. Nobody knows at this point. If anyone's telling you they know, they're lying. There's been no executive order published and nobody has any details. So I will keep you guys updated. I'm encouraging all my clients, especially the active ones with case pending, to follow me here, follow me on YouTube where all these videos get posted later on for access, so that you can have these live updates. It is hard for me to communicate individually with every client. We have dozens and dozens of cases pending. And actually more than dozens. We have like 100 cases pending in the office. And, it's hard for us to give that individualized attention to each person when Trump tweets something crazy like this, as much as we would like to. And so this is actually going to be the best place for you to get your updates whenever anything big happens that will affect my clients. I'm always here posting, telling you guys, cutting through the BS to give you the truth. Because often the media is going to blow things out of proportion. It makes for good TV. I'm sure if I turned on CNN right now, they'd be talking about Trump's tweet and, getting all their little talking heads on, none of them that actually practice immigration, on there talking about what they think may happen. I will give you the truth and the facts when you need them. And so keep checking back in with me. I got to run now and get some work done because I've been emailing all morning about this tweet. And hopefully tomorrow we'll know more and I'll be able to give you a little bit more information about exactly who may be affected by this order, if this order ever comes. There's a question about whether or not he'll actually even issue anything. So, guys, just stay safe, try to stay calm, and hopefully this will be a very temporary suspension of immigration that only affects people outside of the United States, and that we will resume normal procedures in just a few months. All right, guys. And one last thing, just giving you the most recent immigration updates. Today we got a very important announcement from the immigration courts. They were originally closed for non-detained cases till the beginning of May. They've now extended all around the entire country closures till May 15th. So the immigration courts for non-detained people closed until May 15th. If you have a hearing in the beginning of May, that hearing is going to be canceled and rescheduled. And lastly, USCIS is still saying they're reopening on May 4th. However, I did receive just yesterday a cancellation notice for a interview that's scheduled for May 13th. So I am assuming that behind the scenes, USCIS is likely going to extend its closures as well to the middle of May, and that we will not have interviews at USCIS until the middle of May, although that has not been made public at this point. But I am starting to see cancellation notices for cases that were previously scheduled for interviews in the middle of May. All right, guys, that's it. That's your Immigration 101 today. And I will check in with you guys as soon as any executive order gets published and give you the full details and everything you need to know. Take care and stay safe. Bye-bye.